Hi everybody, it's time for English, and first I want to say an enormous well done to all of you who sent me the first part of your autobiography yesterday. I thought they were absolutely brilliant, really interesting, and so many people using noun phrases, adverbs, conjunctions, contractions. I was so pleased and really interested to read the rest of them today. And when you make somebody interested in your writing, you know you've done a good job. Big well done to all of you. Just to recap, yesterday we did title, introduction, subheading, and then the first section. Everybody did home and family, so now we're probably moving on to hobbies and interests. So today in your writing, you're going to do this section, subheading, this section, and then subheading, and your funny story. And that's it. So we're going to finish off our autobiography. But before you get started with that, we're going to edit our writing from yesterday because there are a couple of mistakes that lots of people made that we can change now. So pause the video, go and get your autobiography, go and get a pencil, come back and let's look at it together. Okay, the first thing I want to do is talk about this box over here. And as always, we talk about our star. And I can't actually tell you. Because if I tell you the stars, I'll be giving too much information away. Because tomorrow, I'm going to share these autobiographies with you, and you have to guess which one of your friends wrote that autobiography. So I can't tell you the stars, because I'll be giving you too many clues. We'll have to do the stars another day. Presentation is one thing I want to talk about. I'm really impressed that everybody is still joining their handwriting. It's great to see everybody's taking time and care, and some people's handwriting has got so much better. There's one letter that some people need to watch out for, and it's the letter N. Now at the moment, N. At the moment, some people are doing this, going straight up into their N and making a bit of a mountain, and they're missing a really important step. It's up, down, and then up and over. So diagonal line, down, then up and over. It's that down step that some people are missing, which makes it look like this big hill instead of that really clear letter N. So if that's you, you don't need to change yesterday's writing, but do have a think about the letter N when you're writing it today. Okay. Underneath this box are some examples of writing that we will look at in a moment. Underneath this box, spellings. I was super impressed with spellings. I imagine that's because people at home are helping you out, which is absolutely fine, but here are 3 words that some people made mistakes with. Lots of people making a mistake with beautiful. There's a lot of letters in there, and we don't use all of them when we say the word, but we do use all of them when we spell the word. So check, B-E-A-U-tiful. Double check if you wrote beautiful yesterday, you can erase that and correct it. Parents is another one from the year 2, so both of these year 2 tricky words. Parents sounds like an eh, but it's actually an ah. So check if you wrote the word parents or grandparents, it's spelt with an A. And then until, common in this part of the world for people to write ah for an sound, because in Swahili they're very similar, but we've definitely got an for umbrella in the word until, not until. Until. Other than that, spelling was miraculous. So well done, everybody. Let's get rid of these big grey boxes then and have a look at the first piece of writing. There are lots of things to celebrate in this piece of writing, some really good features. I lived in a huge house with my mum, my dad, my brother and my sister. Great start. I don't have any pets, but I want a pet rhinoceros, a pet hippo, and a pet rabbit. Have a look at this writing. Can you see anything that you think needs to change? Let's look at the first sentence. I lived in a huge house with my mum, my dad, my brother, and my sister. You might have spotted that in that sentence there is a comma missing. We do have one in the right place, my mum, brilliant. Where should the other one go? I'll read it one more time, see if you can spot it. I lived in a huge house with my mum, my dad, my brother, and my sister. Can you think where that should go? My mum, my dad, all's a bit wonky. My dad, comma, my brother and my sister. That is then an excellent sentence because we've got ed, huge house, noun phrase, mum, commas in a list, and an and. Really, really great start. Well done, this person. Here's the part where it got a little bit tricky because we were talking about the past with our ed ending, and then this person switched to talking about now. I don't have any pets, but I want a pet rhinoceros, a pet hippo, and a pet rabbit. Now, I love that they used don't, but actually, it shouldn't be don't, because we're talking about the past. It should be didn't. I didn't have any pets, but I wanted a pet rhinoceros, comma, a pet hippo, and a pet rabbit. Big thumbs up for commas in a list again, though. Well done. But remember, we're thinking about it's already happened. It's the past. It's not now. It already happened. I didn't have any pets, but I wanted a pet rhinoceros, a pet hippo, and a pet rabbit. Make sure we're using these ed endings. So have a look through your writing today and check yesterday's. Did you use those ed endings? Okay, we're moving on to this person. Same person, two different parts of their autobiography from yesterday. I lived with my dad, mum, and my brother. The Peter was born. Now, Peter is not the name in the autobiography. I've changed it because I don't want you to know who it is. I lived with my dad, mum, and my brother. The Peter was born. This is why it's really important to check through your writing, because you might think that you wrote something, but when you actually read it, or when somebody else reads it, you realise there's a tiny, tiny mistake that has changed the whole meaning of the sentence. I lived with my dad, mum, and my brother. The Peter was born. I think this person meant to write then instead of the. And that changes the whole sentence, because now it says, I lived with my dad, mum, and my brother. Then Peter was born. Aha! Now I see there's a brother, and then another brother called Peter is born as well. Right. Start to make a bit more sense. Make sure you read your writing carefully. Okay. I liked good ed ending to play with big trucks, noun phrase, in brown mud, noun phrase, and scary dinos on my big bed. Wow! Noun phrases all over the place. That's awesome. Great sentence, nothing to change. I liked to play with big trucks in brown mud and scary dinos on my big bed. Full stop. And I like TV. Two things here. We're talking about the past. So it's not I like TV right now. It's back in the day, or many years ago, or when I was 5, I liked. Past tense with that D on the end. I liked TV. The other thing is, famous authors do it all the time because they're allowed to, because they're famous authors. But we don't start sentences with and. You could write, instead of and I liked TV, I also liked TV. That reads a lot better than and I like TV. So just watch out, make sure we're writing about many years ago, or when I was 5, or in the past with those ed endings. It's over to you today, ladies and gents. Last 2 boxes. What normally happens when we do a piece of writing is it starts off incredibly well, and it has, and then it tails off and people forget to use all of the things they know how to use, and in the end it's just a bit. So keep going with the fantastic writing all the way to the end. Make your ending, your funny story, just as good as your beginning. Think about all of the things on the bingo grid. Ooh, where's the bingo grid gone? It's disappeared entirely. Think about all of the things on the bingo grid. All of the things you know how to use in your writing. Because we've got noun phrases and adverbs and conjunctions and contractions and... I'm looking over here, I'm cheating, I'm looking at the wall where we've got all of the things that we've looked at. Capital letters for names of people and places. Exclamation marks for things that are surprising. Commas in a list. Possessive apostrophes. Loads of people wrote, my mum's job was brilliant. Possessive apostrophes. I loved it. It was great. It still needs to be great today. 4 things I'd like you to do. Edit your writing. That's yesterday. Make those changes. Number 2, write section 2 and the funny story. Remember your subheadings. Number 3, read through all of your writing. I try to avoid the situation where you're talking about my brother, the Peter. And then number 4, you could use the bingo grid that you've already used. You could use that now that you've written it. And to see if there's something missing from that you could then put back in. So if you've realised, oh no, I haven't used enough noun phrases, you can go back into your writing and add in some adjectives to make those noun phrases. Can't wait to see them. And tomorrow, as I said, I'm going to share them with you, so you have to guess which one of your friends wrote that autobiography. It's going to be very, very easy for some people who've used their names of their family members, and a bit trickier for others. But that's for tomorrow. Send me a photo of your finished autobiography. I can't wait to see it. Bye, everybody.